From WFRV TV Local 5, your local election headquarters, this is Newsmaker Sunday with your host, Tom Zalaski.
Good morning. Welcome to Newsmaker Sunday. I'm Tom Zalaski. The coronavirus pandemic has impacted all of our lives in ways that none of us ever expected. And as we get more and more information about the virus, we're all getting stressed out more so than ever. Well, joining us this morning, Dr. Tiffany Born, a licensed psychologist with the Bellin Psychiatric Center in Pere. Dr. Born, thanks so much for joining us once again. Dr. Born has been gracious enough to appear with us on previous Local 5 television programs here. Doctor, we are a month into the Safer at Home order. What have you seen with your clients and even with the general population? What's happening to us?
Well, there are a lot of various reactions, and that's okay. And it's okay to go from one feeling and emotion in one moment to another in a different moment or a different day. We're dealing with a lot of fear and anxiety and stress. We're dealing with anxiety that we're going to get sick or that our loved ones might get sick, as well as grief at losing out on the way that our life usually is and not knowing what life is going to look like today and tomorrow and in the future.
As you say, this is a very stressful time for everybody. People who are out of work right now, that's stressful. Others whose jobs are so-called essential, that's stressful. They've got to go to work. They run the risk of being exposed and then bringing it home. That's stressful.
Yes.
Compared to your normal workflow of clients, what's it been like for you now?
Well, I've been very lucky that I've been able to connect with a lot of my patients via telephone calls or via video conferencing to at least be able to connect and be in some way involved in their lives and talking through things. And some of my families are doing remarkably well and have actually found ways to make this time very successful, and others are struggling. And either way is okay. There is no right way to deal with this pandemic, and it's okay to be struggling through some of this.
For those who are working from home right now or those who have been laid off because of COVID-19, what's your best advice to help them to cope with what's going on right now? Because for a lot of people, this feels like their world as they knew it, it has come to an end.
Mm-hmm. And their world has changed. I think it's important to notice the things that are still consistent and are still the same, even when so much has changed. So I often have families write down the things that are still the same, even if it's writing down that their family is the same and they're still going to have dinner at the same time, and they're still going to read the same books at night for kids, or for adults that they're still going to watch the same TV shows. And then things that have been changed and are different, and still recognizing that those are huge changes, and it's okay to be struggling with those differences.
For those who are working at home, everything is unusual now. What's the best way for them to make sure that they complete their work projects, but they've also got that life balance as well? I mean, you used to go to work, do your job, come home, and have your life at home, but now they're kind of both together. So how can you maintain when you're doing them all at once?
Yes. Well, the first thing I would say is give yourself a little bit of a break. It is not perfect conditions to be doing your best work and to be being the best parent, if that's your case. So it's okay if things aren't going perfectly. But it's something like having a structure, having a routine to your day, having a set time that you're going to get up, a set time that you're going to be working, maybe even having a separate place in your house that's going to be your home office, or if you're laid off, the place that you're going to complete certain activities during that day, having a lunch hour, and then having dinner time and time that you're going to separate yourself from work for the day.
You mentioned the kids. Many people working from home, they've got kids, the kids are home from school, and that can be a trying time for parents too, because I suppose parents have to understand, you know, you're okay. There's no book on how to do this. So
yes. It's unrealistic. It's unrealistic to have parents expecting to do their work from home, or dealing with the financial stressors of losing their job, parenting their child as normal, but also being their teacher now and dealing with anxiety and stress that's going on. So if you're not doing it 100% perfectly, you're just with all of the rest of us.
And the kids, you know, they appear to be resilient in these times of trouble, but they've got emotions. They know something is not quite right here. So what are the signs that parents should and could watch out for in their kids during this crisis?
Exactly. It's important to talk to your kids, ask them what questions they have, ask what concerns that they have, but know that kids don't always talk the most, especially about their worries. So watch what their play is looking like. Are they acting out lots of scenes about talking about staying at home or the virus or being worried about getting sick? Are they struggling with sleep? Are they having difficulties following through with routines? Are there more behavioral and emotional outbursts?
Doctor, how important for the kids is it to maintain somewhat of a routine at home?
It's essential, and I know that that can be stressful for parents because it feels like one more thing that they have to do. But I've seen countless times, if we can really get a structure and routine into place, it reduces anxiety on the children and on parents, and it helps things just run more smoothly during the day.
And your best advice when it comes to the parents having to talk to your kids. The kids have questions about this coronavirus pandemic, and they've got questions about, why is mommy home? Why is daddy home? Why can't we go see grandma? What do you tell the kids?
So I would answer honestly, but in an age-appropriate fashion. So young children don't need all of the details, and the details are going to actually scare them and not be something that they can process and understand. So saying something like, well, there's a virus that's making some people sick, so we're following the rules and staying home so that we stay healthy and other people stay healthy. We're doing all the right things to stay healthy here. Can be enough.
And we continue our conversation with Dr. Tiffany Born right after this, so please stay with us.